They can't control a man who doesn't crave their approval. They can't manipulate someone who no longer reacts. They have no power over a mind that has mastered itself. But here's the uncomfortable question. When did you hand them the keys? When did you start letting other people's moods decide your day? When did their silence make you anxious? When did you shrink just so someone else could feel bigger? That's the real enemy. Not them, not what they do, not what they say. It's what you let it do to you. Because here's the truth. All manipulation begins in the space between stimulus and response. It starts the moment they say something and you flinch. It begins when they withdraw and you chase. They blame and you apologize. But think about this. No one can manipulate you unless there's a part of you that still needs something from them. And that's where the work begins. Not with them, but with you. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When was the last time you felt enslaved by someone else's words or actions? When did you give up your emotional autonomy for their validation? Until you become emotionally self-sufficient, until you fill the void within yourself, you will always remain vulnerable to someone else's influence. This is the part of the journey that's uncomfortable. It's where you have to confront the parts of you that still crave approval, recognition, validation, even love from people who haven't earned the right to hold those strings. And I'm not talking about becoming cold or detached. I'm talking about becoming clear. Stoicism doesn't teach you to suppress emotions. It teaches you to master them so no one can use them against you. It teaches you to respond, not react, to pause, not panic, to observe, not absorb, because the person who gets manipulated isn't weak. They're unaware of their own triggers, unaware of their own insecurities, unaware of how predictable their reactions have become. If you want to stop being manipulated, start noticing what makes you lose yourself. Is it when they stop texting back? Is it when someone criticizes you publicly? Is it when they give attention to someone else? Is it when you feel ignored, abandoned, unseen? Good. That's where you begin, because that's the entry point. The edge of your awareness. That's where you stop giving away your power. You see, manipulators don't look for weakness. They look for patterns. They don't need to overpower you. They just need to understand you better than you understand yourself. If they know that giving you a little praise makes you overextend, if they know that going silent makes you chase, if they know that looking disappointed makes you apologize, then they don't need control. You've already handed it over, and that's the trap. They don't overpower you. You underpower yourself. So how do you fix this? How do you become someone who sees the game and never plays it? You stop needing the outcome. You stop needing the person. You stop needing anything from outside yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That's the core of it. That's what Stoicism has always taught. The unshakable person isn't the one who controls others. It's the one who controls themselves. When they try to make you feel guilty, let them. When they withhold love to get a reaction, let them. When they ghost you to get power, let them. You detach with grace. You move forward. You remain untouched by their games, because once you become calm, once you stop flinching, you can no longer be manipulated. You see, when you're emotionally self-sufficient, when you stop seeking validation from others, you create a mystery, and people can't manipulate what they can't read. They can't steer a ship that doesn't move with every current. They can't guilt someone who isn't afraid to be misunderstood. And that's what separates the ordinary from the uncommon. This is what builds true presence, the kind of presence that enters a room and changes the energy. Not with loudness, but with gravity. When you're unmanipulable, people feel it. Your eyes aren't seeking anything. Your body isn't seeking attention. Your words are few but heavy. You offer less, but they chase harder. You give nothing away, not Because you're closed, but because you're full. And when you're full, you don't beg. You choose, you evaluate, you observe the world without getting tangled in it. That's the goal. Not to be distant, but to be disciplined. Not to be cold, but to be conscious. Not to be feared, but to be respected. Because real respect doesn't come from being loud. It comes from being centered. So what makes someone impossible to manipulate? It's not rage, it's not walls, it's not dominance, it's stillness, it's clarity, it's detachment from anything that makes you lose your alignment. When someone tries to push you off center, don't budge. They'll call you cold, let them. They'll call you arrogant, let them. They'll say you've changed, good. That's the point, because you're no longer bending for comfort, you're no longer shrinking for approval. You're no longer molding yourself to fit into places that can't hold your power. You've outgrown the manipulation, not by fighting it, but by no longer needing what feeds it. So the next time someone tries to play you, smile. Let them talk. Let them scheme. Let them misread your silence. And while they do all that, you remain still, you remain unmoved, you remain free, because nothing is stronger than a person who no longer seeks control, but lives with it, and no one can manipulate that.